it seemed that Jay-Z via his people were willing to work something out behind the scenes, and then all of a sudden that stopped. Why do you think that he is refusing to take a paternity test and stopped, working with you all behind the scenes? What was driving that, in your opinion?
Well, part of it was a rumor that we heard, was told that
Okay.
he didn't like the fact that this particular case was in the public, and he had a
Okay.
problem with Ramir putting it in the public, which was not Ramir, was his mother. So basically, in a nutshell, I just believe that that was a big part of it. He didn't
Okay.
like the fact that it was in public. There was a time that Mr. Carter was trying to resolve the matter in the very beginning, and
Hmm.
he was doing it in the best interest of Ramir. And then
Right.
somewhere he left his heart and started thinking with his head.
Do you think part of it is because Wanda was 16?
Yeah, well, definitely that's the big part of it. The allegations that we have, that the
Right.
affidavit says that Wanda was 16 and he was 22. That's in Wanda's own words.
Right.
So
And
therefore, yeah, that would be something that would make some people uncomfortable.
right. Well, it's a crime. But for the record, you did tell me that Wanda told you that she did tell Jay-Z that she was of legal age. Is that true?
Right. She did tell me that she told him she was
Wait, what? So now 50 Cent is out here covering the legal fees for Jay-Z's own alleged son, just so the man can haul Jay-Z into court. And on top of that, 50 is reportedly cutting him a check to appear in his upcoming documentary that's set to expose both Diddy and Jay. This saga just took a wild turn. And honestly, if things keep unfolding like this, it looks like it is only a matter of time before the world starts uncovering all the dark secrets Jay-Z and Beyoncé may have been hiding for years. Not too long ago, Nicki Minaj hit Twitter and unleashed a fiery rant aimed straight at Jay-Z. She even backed it up with receipts, claiming not only does he owe her over $200 million, but that he also teamed up with powerful industry insiders to sabotage her career. And just when people were trying to figure out how things got this deep and how Jay allegedly racked up such a massive debt to his long-denied son suddenly stepped back into the spotlight, stirring up even more controversy. And this time around, the alleged son claims to have solid proof, confirming that Jay-Z is indeed his biological father. His name is Ramir Satterthwaite, and his battle for acknowledgement has been ongoing with Jay-Z since 2010. According to Ramir, Jay allegedly fathered him after a brief encounter with his late mother, Wanda, when she was just 16. Wanda was still alive when Ramir first launched his legal fight, but she sadly passed in 2019. Before her death, she reportedly submitted a sworn affidavit to the Daily Mail, detailing how she met Jay and describing the alleged unprotected one-night stand that led to Ramir's birth. After countless failed efforts to get Jay-Z to recognize her son, Wanda claimed she felt pressured to list her then-boyfriend, Robert Graves, as Ramir's father on the birth certificate. But here is where things really start to unravel. Wanda reportedly deceived her boyfriend by claiming Ramir was his biological son, hiding the truth that he might have been another man's child. Now, as mentioned before, Ramir had already begun his legal pursuit of Jay-Z while his mother was still alive. But after her passing, his determination only grew stronger. Many believe the real reason Jay-Z has been dodging Ramir and refusing a paternity test is because he fears the world finding out that he allegedly had relations with a 16-year-old girl. According to Ramir's godmother, Lily Colley, things actually started on a positive note when Wanda first contacted Jay-Z about Ramir. Jay allegedly showed interest and even discussed the possibility of signing Ramir to his label, recognizing his musical talent. But everything took a sharp turn once various lawyers got involved. It seemed like they realized the situation could spiral out of control, especially with Wanda allegedly being underage at the time of her encounter with Jay. From that point on, the case became tangled in a web of alleged legal mistakes, questionable actions, and behind-the-scenes dealings between both sets of lawyers. Lily insists that this is exactly why they are refusing to back down. In a bombshell interview, Ramir directly accused Jay-Z of secretly paying off lawyers and judges to keep the case hidden from public view. Shockingly, Ramir even pointed fingers at his own legal team lawyers he claims he personally hired and paid, alleging that they too were bribed by Jay-Z to sabotage his fight for the truth.
In our court system, I'm just trying to keep the world really aware, because this is something that's going on continuously on a daily basis with maybe many different people. So as I said, I was in the major court, me, my mom, my godmom. We've been in court for many years, and it's just been crazy. Like as I said before, it's been crazy. We've been going in there. I don't feel like we've been getting our rights really appreciated. So important to deal with, because all the fraud on the court, if we just let that, just pass and not say anything about it, they will continue to do anything they want. This is not just with us, it's with people in the world. Like a lot of fraud and a lot of collusion that's just been going on and just been looked over was never supposed to happen. Like, and I would not let that pass. I'm not letting the lawyers get away with that. They will not go in the courtroom of justice and just lie like that and continue to get praised off it, or use this lie to benefit off all these years. Like, we've been going to court, putting our hard-earned money out there, and we going in there to fight fraud. That's just that's craziness. That's really craziness, and I don't think nobody in the world should have to go through that. You going in there, you paying your hard-earned money. You got these lawyers that just frauding and pitting doing anything they want basically in the courtroom, and the judges is just allowing this to go on. I honestly believe that both of them should be hold it responsible for this, because if you guys, this is you guys' job, and if the judge can't see this or overlook it, I can understand a mistake, but just throughout the years, this continue to overlook fraud it's just craziness to me. Like, come on, it's right there in your face. If you can't see that, then I don't know what else we can do to help you guys believe that it's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen, that just like how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong but come in here, tell you guys the truth, put our life on the line, come to every court case and give you 100% plus of us. And basically we just got stepped on, and basically, just try to get dragged through the system. But no, we won't let that go. That's not us. We're not we're not letting this go, and we will continue to fight. Like, especially for fraud and collusion that's been going on. No, I will not let nobody just put that on my name, my mother's name, my godmother's name. We will fight for what is right, like we've been doing all these years.
Ramir and his godmother, Lily Colley, sat down for a revealing interview with Liz Krokanen. They did not hold back. They openly shared their side of the story, shedding light on everything they have been through in their ongoing fight for justice.
We use ancestry.com, and that's basically say they didn't give me my paperwork back. Like, I did the swab and spit in it and then get sent it to them. And when I called to try to get my information, basically it was an error, and I never heard of that.
There was an error. They wouldn't give you your paperwork.
They want to give me my paperwork from ancestry.com. Now you have people saying use 23andMe, and I just want people to know, like, the courts got my DNA. So if they wanted to test my DNA, for me just to keep spending all this money, these guys can test it. It's Jay-Z and them, and it's the judges. They have everything they need. So obviously I'm not out of the fight, and I won't stop. It's not just about no Jay-Z. I'm not just chasing Jay-Z. That's not what it's about. My mom passed away fighting this case until she was gone. So that's more important to me.
And here is where it gets even crazier. Ramir revealed that since Jay-Z keeps dodging a paternity test, he took matters into his own hands by trying to trace his ancestry through an online DNA service to see if it would link him to Jay's bloodline. But mysteriously, the results were allegedly tampered with, and he never even received them. This, according to reports, mirrors what happened with another alleged child of Jay-Z, Letitia Messer. Just like Ramir, Letitia reportedly tried to get Jay to take a DNA test, and when that failed, she resorted to using ancestry testing. But after receiving her results, she was allegedly paid off and bound by a non-disclosure agreement, effectively silencing her from ever speaking on the matter again.
Believe that Beyoncé may have been one of the reasons why there wasn't a resolution.
I do believe that. Like, in the very beginning, they didn't have a daughter. And there was seeing like we were understanding there was complications in getting conceived, etc.
Right.
And I felt like that would make some women, and seem like her with her, she would fit
Right.
that bill, uncomfortable about him having a fully grown son with a talent.
Right.
So I do believe that she had a problem. If it was true, she would have a problem with the fact that Ramir was in the picture or coming in the picture, because that was a vulnerable time.
Right.
But clearly now, 10 years later, 12 years later, you would think somebody would say, hey, let's just get this.
Recently, this case resurfaced when Jay-Z made a legal move to have it dismissed. However, the judge reviewed the evidence and flat out denied his request. Refusing to back down, Jay filed another motion, this time claiming he had been a victim of a decade-long harassment campaign. According to him, the allegations had already been dismissed in several courts, and Ramir's persistence had even led to a contempt order due to repeated disregard of previous rulings. While all this played out in court, 50 Cent jumped into the fray, taking every opportunity to troll Jay-Z for his inability to shut this case down after years of trying to silence Ramir, to add fuel to the fire. Rumors started swirling that 50 had included Ramir's story in his upcoming documentary, focusing on Diddy and Jay-Z, and that he was even covering Ramir's legal fees to ensure the battle drags on as long as necessary. This move didn't exactly shock anyone, especially given how relentless 50 has been ever since Diddy's arrest. He even posted several jabs online, like that infamous milk carton meme of Jay-Z with the caption, "Anybody seen Jay?" followed by Puff's supposed comment, "The man ain't answering his phone." 50 kept it going with another image of Jay, cheekily captioned, "Last seen waving at Puffy's jet log." Just when people thought he was done, 50 dropped a particularly harsh photo of Jay with the caption, "Jay's in hiding, he ain't stepping out till this whole thing with Puff blows over. No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. LOL. I'm the only one keeping him outside now." When it came to Ramir's case, 50 held nothing back. He shared a picture of Ramir and Diddy, writing, "Jay-Z's trending because the judge gave Ramir the green light to move forward with his case." And now, Jay-Z has been officially ordered to respond to the paternity suit by July 18th, but not everyone is amused, especially Beyoncé. Reports suggest she is furious the case is still alive, and even more upset that 50 is now magnifying it by dragging it into his documentary. In fact, Ramir's godmother, Lily, claimed Beyoncé herself is the reason Jay-Z never publicly acknowledged Ramir. According to Lily, Beyoncé was deeply uncomfortable with the idea of Jay claiming him, and allegedly pushed him to keep everything hidden from the public. Now, whether all of this holds weight or not is still up for debate, but people definitely have strong opinions. One commenter suggested, the DNA test should happen right in the courtroom as Ramir, the lawyers, and the judge all present, and the results tested on the spot, no games. Another chimed in, saying, "If I were Beyoncé, a wife and a mother, I would want the truth out there so this whole situation could finally be settled. What kind of woman would not want her husband to take accountability for all his children? This young man never asked to be born. Jay, stop dodging and just take the test." But now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the claims that Beyoncé might be helping to keep this all under wraps? And do you think 50 Cent is crossing the line or playing it smart by adding this storyline to his documentary? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you are ready for more drama, make sure to check out this other messy video right here.